Hello, welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron, and this is my drink. Today we've got some coffee. Got me a nice low sugar creamer, because you gotta watch that diabetes. But let me digress. I know you're saying, Ron, you're drinking coffee? Well, I had straight bourbon earlier today, so it's fine. I've already done 2 podcasts, took a nap, and now we're back at it. Yeah, I got a reason for this one. See, I like listening to records. You probably noticed that if you watch the show for a while. And I've probably also mentioned, I don't know, audiophile, I guess, technically, but I'm kind of OCD with sound. Like bad sound, like it makes me twitch. So, honestly, vinyl, probably not the best format for you if you're like that. Frankly, CDs, and people can talk all the shit they want, CDs are probably the superior format. You know, it's clean, crystal clear, reproduction is 100%, unless it's skipping, but that's a problem with any kind of physical media. No, frankly, I said CDs reproduce perfect every time, sound quality is crystal clear, and if that drives you nuts like it does me, frankly, it's the better option for you. Or you can sit there for years and battle every little imperfection in the sound and then chase it through your system, from needle to turntable to cables to your head unit to your wires out to your speakers to the speakers themselves just to find out that your record's just dirty. Well, I don't want that. So what I did is I got me one of these guys. It's a Humminguru. It's an ultrasonic record cleaner. So you pour it in, put it in this guy with some distilled water, a little bit of cleaner, and you hit a couple buttons, biggity bang, spins for 10, 15 minutes, whatever you set it on, washed, dried, and ready to roll. Well, I've got one of the little hand units that you put it in and you spin it by hand. That's not the same. And frankly, I think that's been my problem. I think I did some of these. I might have added wrong water and then got minerals. Like this thing, you use hard water, you use water from your sink. There's minerals in that. So I have to use distilled water. I distill it, leave the heavy shit back. Because you get the minerals in there and they get down in the grooves when it dries. Now you've got this it's on there. So you can use your little spray and your fancy little brush all you want. It's not going to get in there and get that shit out. Frankly, this guy, I don't know why I'm about to show it to you. You can't see it. But when I took it out, I looked and there's actually a visible fucking film on this guy. I bought this record brand new, put it through my hand cleaner, and frankly, I'm pretty sure it came out way fucking worse. So I thought, you know what? Let's start here. And what you'll hear with this one, thank you, Norm. There's kind of a sound if you get older vinyl that's covered in really light scratches. Nothing big that doesn't make it skip. Just kind of scuffed over the whole surface. It gets that crackly sound. Just light popping, like maybe bacon frying in the distance. This kind of has that. And like I said, it's brand new. So, yeah, listen to that. That shouldn't be. The surface is clean. Now, for most people, that's not going to be a problem. That light crackling is going to drive me fucking insane. Because, as I said, I bought this fucker new, and you can see that the surface is not damaged. It's, it's just maybe a little dirty. See, the thing is, you're like, why would you wash a brand new record? A lot of times when these new ones come in, they are just loaded with static. So you'll notice you take it, you can sit it down and you'll watch like dust, like a magnet, just come down and cling to it. And you take that fancy little brush that I mentioned earlier and you wipe the disc off. And then you'll see it and then it goes right back down to the surface. So you've got to break that static. Now, what I should have done is use my fancy little cleaning kit here with the spray bottle and that little brush, and then kind of clean the surface. That generally takes care of most of that. So now I think I made the whole thing fucking worse than when I started. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw that bad boy in this Humminguru cleaner. They said the best way to do it is to set it for a short wash and then run it through automatic, which does a wash and then a dry. So we've got a little test on the audio. You heard how that sounded. Now I'm going to take a 50 milligram gummy because, you know, there ain't nothing to do but wait. So I'm going to eat a gummy. I might even fire up some Xbox and just kind of wait for this thing to go through. Then we're going to come back and I'll throw it back on the platter. And then we'll find out together whether I just wasted a whole bunch of fucking money. So, we'll find my remote there. Stop. Welcome back to Drinks with Ron. Yeah. Got pavement on the platter. I ran it through the Humminguru. Looks like I actually might not have had quite enough water. They have a little measuring tray that has totally legible lines that I didn't follow because you have to use distilled water, as I mentioned earlier. Well, I bought distilled water like a year ago, and it's been sitting in my Jeep. So it's frozen, thawed. And apparently that meant it leaked all over my Jeep. So by the time I got the jug in today, there was barely any in the bottom. So I didn't quite have enough to get to the level, but I'm chomping at the bit to use this fucking thing. So this will also function as a good experiment of what the sound difference is, because you stand the record up, and when it runs through, you can see the water lines on there. So maybe the last quarter inch of the album didn't get cleaned. So I'll be interested to see what the sound difference is on that section that didn't get touched. But I ran it through like it recommended. I put it on a 5-minute clean cycle or whatever it was. And then I ran it through automatic, which you hit auto, then it runs through a clean cycle followed by a dry cycle. So it spun through. Then when it hit the dry cycle, you could hear the water start to drain, and then a suction when it started to spin, and I'll be damned, started clearing right off. So a couple minutes spinning, and she's pretty dry, ready to go on the platter. Way better than that spin clean that I had. I think actually trying to dry it is when I smeared stuff, scuffed the surfaces, ground in water. The stuff didn't need to be there, but well, I'm nervous because, like I said, I spent a lot of money. I always find a deal. I'm cheap. So I found one, ran it through my Amazon card, and if I made set payments, I get 0%, and it's paid off in a year. So I'm paying like $42 a month or something for this. So let's find out if that bacon sound is gone. It's gone. There's slight crackling, but that's a record. It's not there. It's not there. Hey, that sounds nice. I feel really good about this purchase now. Not just because I took a 50 milligram gummy while it was running through the cycle. But yeah, some of the reviews I saw basically said, hey, this fucking thing's not industrial, so don't get the idea that you're going to sit there for 12 hours running records back to back to back. It ain't going to like it. They said, in fact, you might even want to let it rest between records, just let it fucking breathe. And I like that advice. I'm not in a hurry. I've got like 11 crates of vinyl down here. A lot of these don't need this deep cleaning. We'll get there eventually. Before all's said and done, I'm pretty sure every one of these records down here will get its turn. in the Humminguru, or else it'll break down. One of those two things will happen. You finally done barking, Norm? No, he's not. Thank Jeeves. On the podcast, the Outsiders Social Club podcast, on the Half-Ass Podcast Network, available anywhere you find podcasts. But on the Outsiders Social Club, dog barks, that's a drink. Thankfully, it's not that podcast, and if it were, I'm only drinking coffee. But yeah, I feel really good about this. So I said I just have to complete the experiment and see. You can actually see on the surface of the record where the cleaning stopped. So I'll check that out, see if it's audibly poppy in the spot that got missed, and then tomorrow I'm going to go buy me some distilled water, and we're going to get cracking on some of these. In fact, maybe I'll even do another episode, because this, like I said, brand new clean record that I fucked up cleaning it and made it worse. So I'm going to also try some old records, stuff that's maybe got light scratches, to see if that some of that will kind of clear up. The spin clean, for as much as I did give it shit, if you have old records like I started with 3 or 4 crates of my dad's old records that were ancient, covered in dust, and I had used as toys over the years. As I said, my dad's record pile was my inheritance. So that's what was left after he died. So I played with them, man. Little fingerprints and grease and shit all over them. Some of them have been colored on. There's a few that got ruined. But I want to try it on some of those and see how much of that gets cleared up too. And like I said, that spin clean, if you've got older, shittier, dirtier records, it works well for that. I got it. You put them through, lightly spin it, which I probably got impatient, was fucking cranking it. But yeah, you could see at the bottom of the cleaner when you were done, after running a bunch of these old records through, there was dirt down there. It got shit off the surface for sure. Make sure distilled water, because as I say, you get those minerals in there and you just defeated the whole goddamn purpose. And I bought this spin clean like probably 12 years ago, so some of these records have sounded like shit for years. And I've taken the spray pump and just soaked the fucking brush and ran it over the record. It doesn't get those minerals and that popping out of these grooves, but this is delightful. I actually have a list started on my phone of records that need a clean, and it's all like all my Ween, Plants and Animals, all my Kings of Leon, like all the shit that I bought brand new, like high quality, most of it colored, that I actually shelled out good cash for. Those are the ones that I made sound like shit. But yeah, I'm pumped. I'd like to keep running it, but I'm low on water and now I'm rambling. So I'm just gonna call this a win and I'm gonna sign off. So for Drinks with Ron, I'm Ron, signing off.